Welcome to Sage's Retreat, episode 21, and a shorter episode than normal. Today, a quick glance at some news, and then we're going to have some fun and put in rank order the best films from 1977 to 2020. As you can already see, they're in the background there, and I'm going to leave them there. I'm not messing around today. These films were the highest grossing at the US box office from their year of release. As you all should know by now, I'm Lee, and my... You've changed it. All right.
Yes,
as you all know, I'm Lee, the current CEO of Tiermaker.com, and they'll let my co-host start us off. Funny man. All right, Nathan, you start us off.
Hello. I've got a little bit of news for you this week. Seeing as we're doing a quick one, and it's been a very quiet week, so I'll jump straight into it. TV. TV. I'm not going to call them films. TV news. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier dethrones Attack on Titan as the world's most popular show. Now, I haven't actually watched this, and I'm not a big fan of Falcon or the Winter Soldier, so it sort of flew under my radar, but I've been hearing lots of good things about it.
Wait a minute. What you say? It's overtaken Attack on Titan?
As a world's most popular show. The best show in the world, apparently. But
I don't know what to think about that, other than I don't believe it. Only Fools and Horses is clearly the world's best TV show.
Well, you would think that, I don't know, not the last episode of Game of Thrones or the last series, but something like Game of Thrones or even Walking Dead. But a program that's come out as dethroned Attack on Titan as... I wouldn't have said Attack on Titan, but if it's big in other countries, I like Attack on Titan. I
didn't even know Attack on Titan had that title.
Exactly. This news is like come out of left field for me. This is a bit strange.
I think you can't base. He's only had 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best TV show ever in the world. Everyone is celebrating. We've even drawn it on the moon. I mean, what's going off? It's not. No, it's bullshit. I'm going to call that one out as we'll wait till it's finished because it can easily do a Game of Thrones and cock it up. I don't care about the Falcon.
Nobody does.
It's not the Falcon, is it? The Falcon is now Captain America or something.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
No, I'm going to ask you if you've seen it.
I can't talk about it. I can't really talk about it other than. I don't mind his character, but you're not going to be better than
Captain America.
Yes, so
the actual Captain America.
Yeah, so I'll watch it and I'll reserve a bit of judgment for that, and we'll probably get back. We'll get back to it at some point, but I'm not so sure about that one. Sounds a bit.
Yeah, it's a strange one. It's weird that is like. I mean, could be a very, very slow news week. I mean, I've already said that it's a bit quiet, so maybe people have fabricated that. They've worked the statistics in their way to say that. It's Disney, isn't it? They know how to work it, and
it's one website owned by Disney. And they said, vote, which one do you prefer, this one or this one? Yeah, we'd have to have a look in to see where they got that ranking from, because it doesn't make enough sense to care. You know, WandaVision was massive. People really like that as well. I still haven't seen that. Whether I will, I don't know. But so, I'm a bit sus on that one. I'm a bit sus. 100%. That's a really random statistic to have there.
We'll keep an eye on it anyway and see if it gets any better. I will give it a watch and see what I think, because I watched WandaVision, and I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast. I definitely mentioned it to you. I thought it was very slow at the beginning and I wasn't enjoying it, but as it got on, I did really enjoy it, and I think the ending was really good. So
100% WandaVision, the first episode put off people from watching the rest.
Yeah,
and they didn't even bother. They just went, "What is that?" And then they just didn't bother with it, even though it got good. I know there's people on that I see on Facebook who are just like, no, I watched the first episode, I don't care about it now. It didn't give them what they wanted. It was some weird obscurity, and I can't speak too much of it because I haven't seen the rest. But if you're gonna upset people at the get-go, at least, I don't know, make it feel like it is gonna get better. Give them something. Not like Star Wars, who gave us a half-decent Force Awakens and then just threw turds at us with the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if some of them had gold, like glitter on them, little sprinkles, little golden sprinkled turds. Oh, look at the gold, that's nice. Oh, it's a turd. Right.
Yeah, it's still a turd at the end of the day.
You can't polish a turd.
No.
Exactly. Right, carry on.
Yeah, my next bit of news is a bit better. The Witcher 2 has wrapped filming, The Witcher Season 2.
Oh.
And I'm quite excited about this one because I enjoyed thoroughly the first series. So did Jade. I know you did. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if you watched them all. Yeah.
Yes.
And I will be watching them again to prepare for this one. I don't know the date and when it's coming out, but I suspect it's very soon. So keep an eye out on that one. I mean, are you looking forward to season 2?
I love Henry Cavill. Absolutely
Yeah.
love Henry Cavill. I think he's amazing. He's a great person. Great. I think is a fine actor. In my opinion, the best Superman. He embodies what Superman should be. He looks strong. He's got the right face. He's got the hair. You know, good-looking guy. He's like, "Rah!" And he's an utter nerd, which I absolutely love. Yeah, he's a sound bloke. No worries. He doesn't. He gives no shits. He just gets on with his life. He's not afraid of who he is, what he is. Like I say, he nearly missed that audition. Nearly missed a phone call. Sorry, because he was playing World of Warcraft and doing a raid. And I'm like, even if he's lying, to lie about that would alienate a lot of people because they'd just be like, oh, what weirdo. You know what I mean? But he's not afraid of who he is. He made his own PC recently. He made a big video, a badly made video of him putting together a PC, which I find hilarious, but also absolutely charming. Yeah. I think he makes a great Witcher as well. I haven't played through Witcher 3 entire. I've played it, but not all the way. But just looking at his Witcher, I think it's brilliant. I think the special effects are good. The sword fighting. I watched a guy that is... he's a specialist in weaponry and like old sword fighting and stuff like that. And he says that his technique is very good. They don't, it's not fanciful. It's not like, oh, that would never happen. The sword fighting that comes across, you know, when you watch people fighting, it's like, well, that's clearly trash. Well, he's watched it. He's gone, it comes across very authentic in the way that he would use the old sort of swords and that. So I was quite pleased to watch that small interview on that. So yeah, bring on Witcher 2. I'm ready for. I'm ready. Yeah. I feel like I've been waiting a while because it wasn't like last year. It was out the year before, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 2019 when that.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. It doesn't feel like it was last year, but yeah, bring it on. It's the old coronavirus that's stopping anything getting done. So we have to just take it when it arrives, don't we? At the moment, but yeah, I'll have it. Bring it on, Witcher 2. No doubt, people will watch it all in one afternoon. Although it's probably going to be a weekly release on Netflix, I suspect.
I think I would prefer that rather than being able to bash them all out in one go. Because I like to digest the episodes and theorize about them, and it gives you something to look forward to as well, especially at the minute where there's nothing on Relay and there's nothing.
If it's something that's significant, I think yes. By all means, digest it, take it, and have something to look forward to. But if it's because we've been watching Superstore, and you can just smash through like 6 episodes of them in like 2 hours, and just be like, "Wow, where did that time go?" And you can just it's a different type of show, isn't it? It's not. It's not like an interesting story. Somebody gets pregnant, it's just jokes in it and stuff, so you can just kind of get on with it. But I don't mind The Witcher being weekly. It's fine. I did mind Discovery being weekly because it was just another week to wait to be in pain. I'd wait. I was always optimistic about waiting for it to come out and being like, "Come on, let's sit down for Discovery," and then just being, "Oh, I'm disappointed again." But I just kept Korean. My wife would just look at me like, "Why do you bother? Why do you watch it if all you do is moan about it?" I'm like, "Because it's Star Trek, and I'm invested, and I have a little bit of passion for Star Trek, even if it's only enough to warrant a little moan." But yeah, I do like Star Trek. In fact, I have been watching through Enterprise again. I mentioned it earlier. Well, yesterday to you, didn't I? And I'm quite enjoying digging back into that. We've just at the end of season 2. There's a big event that happens, and then that kind of controls a lot. I think the next 2 seasons. It's a big storyline. I'm quite looking forward to now watching that again. But yeah, Enterprise, my second favorite Star Trek. It could even be. Don't say it.
It could even be I'll say it.
better than the Next Generation, other than Next Generation. Next Generation for me is more of your stereotypical Star Trek, but I like the Enterprise because it's a bit more rugged. I like they sit next to each other perfectly fine. If I have to pick one, because of growing up watching it when I was a lot younger, I'd say Next Generation.
For any Star Trek fans that are listening, feel free to unsubscribe after hearing that, because I would not blame you saying that Next Gen's not the best, because Next Gen is the best.
It is the best. I will say it is the best, but I do like Enterprise. Can't tell. I like the Doctor. I think the Enterprise's Doctor is my favourite Doctor.
I think he's underutilized. I think he would have done good in crossover stuff. I think he would have fitted in Deep Space Nine. I think he would have been a good Doctor there.
There was an episode of where it's Dr. Phlox is his name.
Yeah.
There was an episode in the first season, episode 10. I'll have to look it up. And I watched it and I was enthralled by it. And it was him that it was like an episode for him, about him, and he was narrating it as well. And it was amazing. And I think it could be one of my favourite Star Trek episodes. I mean, there's a lot that are really good, but definitely I'd say my favourite, probably one of my favourite Enterprise episodes that I've watched. But yeah, it was amazing. I'll find out what it is and I'll remind you, because I know you've watched probably about half of Enterprise, haven't you? I'll let you know which one it was and have a little look and see if you can remember. But
I can remember the episode. Yeah,
it was really good.
Is it Night Shift? It's called, or something like that. Is it where he keeps getting up in the middle, he can't sleep, or because he's going to be hibernating or something?
There's something going off with it. I only watched it last week. I can't remember the exact storyline now. But it was such a good episode. It was I remember just at the end of it, I'm just like, that was some good shit. Yeah. Like I felt like it hadn't been done before. It was like new.
Yeah.
And it was sort of, emotionally I felt quite connected and invested in it. But great episode. Anything else?
Yep, I've got some bad news, specifically for you as well.
Stop it.
Some terrible news. The PUBG, the PUBG Lite version, the low spec edition, the free.
Yeah, I tried that because I was curious. I mean, I can play PUBG fine. I tried it out of curiosity because it was like free light version, but it was I mean, if you had a seriously low spec computer, maybe it would have worked okay, but it was kind of trash and it was full of bots. And I only played it maybe an hour or two, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, that's actually shutting down at the end of the month. It's come to its 2-year end of run, and they will not be carrying on.
What's
the normal PUBG? I think it's not the same development team. It's a completely separate team. It's got nothing to do with PUBG in terms of development. It doesn't. It just shares like.
It's not parallel with it. It's just a case of you make this light version and we'll have the full version. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. They don't. No developers crossover or anything like that, or studios or anything. So I think it's just because it were a free version, and they've not gone into details. But I suspect that obviously it were free. You would want somewhere that people would buy the full game. So maybe everyone who plays the light one has already got the full game, and it's just not making any money.
Do you think that PUBG is going free to play?
Yeah, well, that could also. That was my second suspicion. Is PUBG going to go free to play? I hope so, because I would quite like to play it. But we'll have to see, won't we? Because it seems weird that this one. I mean, I've got a quote. This is what they've said. This is all they've said. Right. Unfortunately, we have made the difficult decision to close service after much deliberation, and the time has come for our journey to end. We regretfully inform you that service of PUBG Lite is scheduled to end on April 29th, 2021. So that's all they've said. That's the only reasoning they've after much deliberation, they've come to the difficult decision. So
we were thinking about it.
Yeah, it's like what you've given us. Not that's like political speak. That it's not. It doesn't give me any details as to why. So I'm guessing it didn't make any money, and paired with the fact that maybe PUBG is going to go free, because I know a lot of people own it, and I think it's took a drop in numbers, especially with like Warzone,
Apex
and being free, and Apex being free.
Yep.
Warzone
and Apex are the two biggest sort of like free to play. Then again, there's Valorant, which is very popular right now, and I have played it, but I'm not a major fan of it. Jack's played
as well.
Rogue Company, yeah, but it's kind of, yeah.
I think that's still finding its feet in it, Rogue Company. So.
I don't think it will be as popular as Valorant. It's already not as popular as Valorant. I think it will just sit in the shadows a bit. Like Apex sat in the shadows for quite a while, but then it's becoming more popular. There's a lot of people that like Apex because you have to be a bit more skillful to be good at it. Warzone, you can sort of fluke it sometimes. But then again, it's that science fiction element against the more traditional Call of Duty gunplay. I prefer, I prefer the Call of Duty to the. I will play it, but I just prefer the other one. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, PUBG will go free. Go free, bring more players in, and then let people, if they want to, maybe have the battle pass. Why not? Because they do have a battle pass. So a paid game with a battle pass. I kind of disagree with that. But why not? Just bring it on. Bring it on. People will play it.
Yeah, I think if it goes free to play, I think that would majorly uplift it. I think it would bring it up into where it could be a contender against Warzone and Apex. So I think that would be the smartest move.
It doesn't even need to be a contender in some ways, because it laid the fact. I know people can argue the toss with this one, and it's fine, but it laid a very good. It was that first big battle royale game. Oh, we forgot Fortnite as well. That happens easy. It was like one of those first big battle royale games that people could go in with the mates, shoot people, and get the chicken dinner. And it was the chicken dinner was a bit of a meme, and people really loved to play it. I've got a lot of hours with Terry, Brad as well, but mainly Terry. And we played it a lot. And it had a few problems. Terry would often land in, and some of the stuff wasn't loaded in. And even for myself, with my PC, I'd be loading them like where the buildings would look like marshmallows. They'd be like really like the texture's not gone in properly.
Yeah. I mean, has that been fixed now? Is that?
Yeah, I think it's loads better. I probably played it probably last year, and I think it was fine. I just enjoy it though. Warzone is so much better. And I think that's the problem. A free game came out that's well known and ultimately was better. So it's like, and of course, if you stick with PUBG and your mates go and play Warzone, you're like, oh, I'm lonely now. So you all kind of filter off and play Warzone, and it's got a bit of a story to it and all the rest of it. So. But yeah, it is what it is, and hopefully, like I say, hopefully it'll go free and then bring more people in. Why not? I'd play it. I'd play it again because there'll be more people playing, and play it with yourself and whoever was available.
Yeah, I would like to give that a go.
Yeah, just have a go.
Yeah. My last bit of gaming news, which we always have to mention, is the free game on Epic, and it looks pretty good. This one, called Tales of the Neon Sea, and it looks to me like a Blade Runner game. It's got that Blade Runner aesthetic, the like Japanese woman hologram thing. It's obviously got callbacks to that. I'll read you the little blurb, the summary of what it is, because I'm not going to be able to do it justice explaining it. You need to take a look yourselves, but because it looks gorgeous, this game. It's like a retro style pixel side scrolling point and click puzzle solver. It's
got the whole shebang.
Yeah, it's got everything. It's a strange one, but I'll read you the blurb. Welcome to a world of intrigue and suspicion, where humans and robots contend with escalating tensions and mutual distrust, and where gangster felines, that's cats, scheme their way to the top of the food chain. Welcome to the Tales of the Neon Sea. Yeah, exactly. And it's like you solve murders because you look like a noir detective, with cap on and trench coat.
Do you have like little holes where your ears come out?
Well, no, you're not actually a cat. You have a sidekick cat that you can control as well. So I think it's 2-player.
You have a cat slave.
Yeah, you have a little cat slave that you can send in like holes and stuff to check stuff out. It's not 3D. Don't get me. It's not. Well, It just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to think. If you play Dropsy the Clown, it looks like that. If anyone who's ever played that, the point and click like sort of narrative game, it plays like that. But there's also puzzle solving elements and a big story. It looks really, really good. I highly recommend it, especially for a free game. Go and give it a download and make your mind up for yourself. But I shall be playing that one because that looks really good.
Interesting. Definitely worth a little look. I've got two little gaming little snippets. Big Cyberpunk update, but everyone's still complaining about it. Of course, Cyberpunk released as only half finished, as we all know. Plays like shit on most consoles and played okay on some PCs. And if you got 15 to 20 frames a second on your PC, that's not playing okay on PC. That's playing like trash. Because on a PC, you need, you're spoiled. We've been spoiled for many years, and if you're not getting over 45 to ideally the 60 sort of frames a second, then I'm sorry, but a PC game ain't gonna fly. Not one in this. If it was a side-scrolling game, then yeah, but this isn't. It's an immersive RPG, and unfortunately, it failed massively. But apparently, the update's not really helping that much. There's still plenty of errors. Leave them to it. Also, there was some news about them in regards to the multiplayer. I don't know whether you saw anything. They're on about concentrating more on the single player. I don't think they are interested in the multiplayer because I suspect that they're probably aware that it's not going to be popular. It's no GTA. It's not even a Witcher 3. I've seen plenty of people mention how they played Witcher 3, they got invested to the end, they felt connected to it. It's a really good book. But they played Cyberpunk and they're finished and they've gone, next. And every movement, click of a button, they just felt like they were going through the motions. I felt a little bit that when I was playing it, I didn't really, it didn't grab me as much as it could have done. But maybe they'll improve it a bit. But to be honest with you, at the moment, in my honest opinion, as someone that hasn't played all the game, I'm going to say I think it's a bit of a failure. Just in terms of it didn't give what it promised. And it might be in a year's time, it might be like, yeah, it's loads better. But it shouldn't be in a year's time. It should be now. It should be when it was released. And I know they always blame the big guys at the back lurking around saying you need to release it, but it just ends up being disappointing, doesn't it? It's like, here's your game, it's broke, sorry. How about here's the game, it's awesome, thank you. We'll see, maybe in a year's time. Yeah. They've got some DLC out and they've smashed it out of the park, but who knows? It just ends up being disappointing. I mean, don't you agree a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I never expected it to be a multiplayer anyway. We talked about that how I don't know how they would have implemented that anyway. I feel as though the multiplayer was brought on by like some top person at CD Projekt Red were getting interviewed and they were like, "Oh, is there multiplayer?" And he's thought, "Oh yeah, actually, yeah, we could have multiplayer, yeah." And then that it sort of snowballed from there, and it never really had any thought, and it was never really a plan. But it just seems strange. But I didn't have any issues playing. I stopped playing because I was waiting for this update, and my update.
Did you finish it?
No, I've been waiting so that I could. Right. I wanted to see the graphical difference of what they delivered and what they promised to see if there was any change. So I didn't want somebody the waters in between.
Keeping in mind that you're on a PS4.
Yeah,
which the game should have released on PS4 as it's the PS4 and the Xbox One. It should have been released and playable to a decent level on those consoles because that's when it was supposed to be. It got delayed and ended up coming out on next gen. It shouldn't have been that. It should have come out on the PS4 is the console that it should be playing the best on. Well, maybe not. Maybe the Xbox One X, but yeah, it's a shame. It is a bit of a shame. Elite Dangerous Odyssey has been an alpha. It's been released and there's multiple people playing it. I've seen lots of footage of it and it looks very good. It's clearly needs some ironing out and the stations see, the stations are more or less the same where you go, except they've kind of like been decorated, so they have a different aesthetic to them. I'm kind of okay with that. I think if you was in space and you had these big stations, a lot of them would be carbon copies because they work. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't mind that, but I want them to look different. So obviously you have your mining ones or your kind of like your leisure ones. So I want them to look different inside, and I'm fine with that. I don't have an issue with that at all. Seen some missions, people walking around, definitely slightly bit robotic, but you can see where it is and where it's hopefully going to be when it comes out. I reckon it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be well worth the wait and the pressure that everyone's put on Frontier to actually do it. Quite looking forward to it. Yeah. Trying not to get too excited, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. But mainly because we've been let down so badly by Star Citizen. Yeah. I did send you that screenshot, didn't I? There was somebody playing it, and somebody commented, "Well, it still hasn't crashed, unlike Star Citizen. You play Star Citizen and it just crashes. Like for some people, it crashes a lot. Even those with decent PCs, it crashes a lot." And this, I haven't heard anyone say it's crashed at all. I haven't heard anyone say there's been any broken missions. And let's be honest, that's part of the charm of Star Citizen. Put it on, crash, put it on, wouldn't start, put it on, crashes half an hour later, put it on, you fall through shit, put it on, you fall through the floor, put it on. Your mission doesn't work. Your mission doesn't even start. Your mission stops halfway through. You can't give someone a box. Or you get killed in space by some idiot who thinks that's all they've got to do in life. Okay, mate. Off you trot. I know that I always get it, how people like to be pirates and all that, and I get it as a viable thing, but if you're going to be a pirate, there has to be some, what's the negative, you know? There doesn't seem to be a negative to it. If you're a pirate, I want to see you get messy. I want to see like AI police on you, patrols on you all the time. They'll be like, "Oh, that's that dickhead." Woof, straight on him. It has to be dangerous to be a pirate. But yeah, still looking forward to Odyssey. I think it looks great, and yourself as well. You're also very much waiting for it.
Yeah, I've not watched anything though. I'm keeping myself fresh for it.
The thing is, though, when you look at it, you're going to be like, it's just going to be like Star Citizen. So you're not going to be necessarily amazed. But yeah. Let's get on with it. 1977 to 2020, US box office highest gross. We've got them all in front of us, as you can see. So we're just going to not rush through them. We are, at some point, going to do the top 100 films, and we're going to rush through that. But on this one, we're going to steady make our way through it, and then we'll talk about anything that can be spoken about. Is there anything that you haven't seen?
I don't think so. I've had a quick. Oh, American Sniper. I haven't seen that.
I've seen that. That's a yeehaw American, hoorah kind of, but it is a sad story to it that I haven't seen. So that goes. I haven't seen Kramer versus Kramer.
I have.
I feel like I should. I've heard it's good. I think I'll watch it at some point, but I haven't seen that.
I think it's meh.
I'll watch it.
That's a spoiler for you.
It's an older film, though, isn't it? I'll watch it. I'll probably watch it on my own at some point.
Yeah, it's a film. That's the way I look at it.
Beverly Hills Cop.
It's not very good.
Yeah. Harry Potter, Independence Day. I think I've seen them all. Oh, Rain Man. Haven't seen Rain Man.
It's quite good, that.
Yeah. Right, so that's 3. That's not too bad. 2 of them being me. So, but years ago, I wasn't a big film person. I think it's just like a family thing. In the last 20 years, I've kind of seen everything. But before that, there was lots of stuff I hadn't seen. And Rain Man was... I remember going to the video store and seeing big cutouts of that. I remember seeing that. Just there's something about that image. So, is there anything you want to just like shove in D?
Yeah, well, I think we should rank it as S is perfect, is very good.
Like you can't really pick a fault with it.
Yeah. It's like, and maybe only have 2 or 3 at the most.
Okay. Yeah,
And then
yeah. We
I
need
think-
to keep S as a maximum of, we'll say 3. Yeah, we'll just go with 3, shall we?
Yeah,
Okay, and I think I can already see 2 of them.
yeah.
Maybe actually, I think I can see. I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I see 4.
Well, I think we should have A.
Oh
as,
no! I see 5. Okay,
A.
right. No. Okay, right. This is going to be anyone. If anyone's listening to this, oh no, I'm not. I might not release this on audio. I don't know because this is very visual. No, I will. I'll put it on the audio as well. But yeah, let's go for it. Do you want to? Should we do? I don't know how to start. It's confused because there's so
Well,
this.
start top left. We'll work like Aladdin.
Oh no!
Beverly Hills
Okay. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Aladdin. This is the cartoon Disney Aladdin, not the.
Oh right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think the film one is better, in my opinion. I think I would put that at C. That's where I would put it.
My wife
ranking
would.
it in.
My wife would go up there.
Well,
We'll go with a C. It might change because we might end up being that there's something that's it sways it, but we've got to start somewhere. Beverly Hills Cop. That's an easy B for me.
That's also a C for me. I think
it's an easy B. I insist on a B for this one because it's funny, great dynamics. I love it. I could watch it anytime. Beverly Hills 2 and 3 weren't as good, but Beverly Hills Cop 1, for me, it's amazing, and it's Eddie Murphy as well, who's hilarious. It has to. I think we're allowed to insist a little bit on the B and C's. I think we can insist on if something can go up there. It's like for me, I would have said Aladdin's a B, but I don't mind it dropping to a C. Beverly Hills Cop could end up dropping down. I want to leave it in a B at the moment, but if I end up putting something in a B that's better than that, I will drop it down. But I do think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm going with the grading system of A, B, and C are good. D is utter crap, but A, B, and C are varying degrees of good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's why I'm. If it's in the middle, if it's in the middle, good B. For me, it's a B because it's not lower good. It's definitely middle good to upper good. I won't put it in an A. I would actually bang it in an A. But B, I feel B is a happy medium. Yeah. Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone. So that's the first one.
I'd be happy with A, but I'd be happy with B. I don't think it's the best one.
No, but as an introduction to that story, I really enjoyed it, and I think it's good. I think I'm happy with an A.
Yeah.
For that one, if you are, because it could. Yeah. Okay. Independence Day. This is the first one, not the ridiculous other one that was basically the same thing with like a small amount of DLC.
Yeah.
I thought the original Independence Day was very good. I think it could be an A.
I was going to say I'd be happy with a B or an A for Independence Day
because I love it so much. Or are you okay with it being an A?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not fussed on which one's this. Is this Dead Man's Chest?
Sure. Yeah, I think so.
Wait, I've got the. Let me just quickly look at the file because I've got it. It is Dead Man's Chest. Yeah.
Right. And I don't know which one that one is.
I have seen them all.
Is that the first one?
No. After the first one, I think they're all pretty similar. So I'm going to just dump it in a C because I know they're not rubbish, but because I can't really, it doesn't stand out to me. I'm going to sit it in a C if you're happy with that.
Yeah, I would have been happy with C or D. If it was the first one, I would have said a definite C.
They're definitely not rubbish films. That's the thing. I know they're not rubbish films. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Ooh, that's gonna have to be a B or an A, and I would rather it was A than B.
I love the Indiana Jones films, and I'm happy with them sitting at 100% happy with an A. Yeah. Saving Private Ryan, I think it's immediately an A.
Yeah.
That could be an S, but what I'm thinking we'll sit it in A, and we'll see what happens with the other ones.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, I think that's the first Spider-Man. Yeah. I'm happy with a B or an A. Do you have a preference on this one?
I would have said B or an A as well.
Are we happy sticking it in B as being good but not like a standout? It was good. I did enjoy it. I thought it was very good.
Do you know if it had not been Tom Holland, I would have said stick it in A.
Right.
I think the Tom Holland one sort of overshadows that one now.
The original Star Wars film.
A New Hope. I'm happy with a B or an A for that one.
I'm gonna stick it in B.
Yeah.
Episode 1, Phantom Menace. B as well.
Yeah.
Or do you like that one though? Don't you?
I like that one. I would have been happy with a B or an A for that one as well.
We'll stick it in B and we'll see if it pushes up.
Yeah.
The original Superman film, I really enjoyed it when I was younger. I don't think it stands so well now.
Yeah, I'd be happy with a C on this one. Or a D.
Yeah, we'll go with a C. If Aladdin's going in C, I think that can go in C as well. Empire Strikes Back?
B, I would say. A C or a B, I'll be happy with. I would be leading towards more of a B, but
yeah,
I don't mind.
Three Men and a Baby. Amazing comedy from when I was little. Amazing.
Yeah, I would be happy with a C or a B for this one. I liked it when it came out, but I don't know if I could watch it now.
I watched it recently and it was all right.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'm rattling the boat here, but I think Top Gun's a D.
Do you know? I was going to say C or a D for me because I've never been a big Top Gun fan. If you want to stick it in D, I'll go with that.
If you're happy with a D, then I am as well because I think it's overrated. I think the ending is trash. I enjoy that one song, which I can't remember now because I've just tried to. I think I try and take it out of my mind.
Yeah.
I think Tom Cruise is fine in it I don't have a big issue. I know he's crazy, but I don't have a big issue with Tom Cruise at all. I think he's fine. Some of his films are absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Top Gun is massively overrated.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you the story. I've seen it before, and it's just forgettable for me. It didn't hit me where it hit a lot of people.
Don't think it had a very good story. Avatar. It kind of happy sits in a B, but it could easily go to a C.
Yeah, that's the same for me. I'm impartial. I quite like the film, but I'm happy B or C for that one.
We'll leave it in C because I do enjoy it, but I just think it could be better. Yeah. Endgame.
That for me, I think that's a solid A.
An A. I was going to say B. Because I thought. Yeah. Okay. No. I'll go for an A.
We can go B if you want B. I don't mind.
Were there any other ones in this list for it? No. There's Black. Right. So would you say it's as good as Black Panther? Yeah, I'm not moving Black Panther from the list right now.
Is Black Panther on the list?
Yes, it is. It's the fourth. It's the fourth one along now. So.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even see that then.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. I think Black Panther as a film is better than Endgame, but I'm not sure any of them deserve an S.
Yeah, I don't think none of them do.
So I'm going to say Black Panther. I'm just moving. I know Black Panther's a bit early, but I want to put Black Panther at an A, but Endgame at a B. Would you? Is that okay?
Well, I'll go with that. But I wasn't as big a fan of Black Panther.
Okay.
As you were, but I liked Endgame. I waited ages for Endgame to watch that. Right.
Back to the Future.
That's an S for me.
I'm happy with that. It's a good film.
Yeah.
Bad Boys for Life. Was that the new one?
I think it is.
I feel like I should be slightly more prepared for this. Let me just double click the thumbnail.
Right. If it's the first one, that's a or a B for me. Probably B. If it's the newest one, that's a C.
Bad Boys for Life. No, because it was Bad Boys and then Bad Boys 2.
Yeah, and then Bad Boys for Life. I think that's a C. I don't think it's that good.
I think it could be a D.
Yeah,
because the ending is shocking. Spoiler, at the ending, it's like, he's just like, I don't care about all these murders. No.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'd put it in a D, but it could go C if you insist.
I think C. It does have its redeeming points.
It's only the end, which is trash, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, C. Batman.
This is the original Michael Keaton, Tim Burton one. This is an A or a B for me, I think.
It's a fucking S. It's straight in S.
I didn't want to keep it as strong as that. I mean, I'd look at what other Batman's on the list. That's
to be honest,
issue.
I think Batman Returns is better than.
Yeah.
So that's going to go A.
Yeah.
Catching Fire, Hunger Games. Oh, they're all the same, aren't they? They're all the same.
That's a solid C.
Ooh, I
maybe
put
a
it in
B for
B.
me.
I put it in
Yeah,
B.
go for B. I'm going to say for me it's a solid. I can't see what you're putting in this list, by the way. I'm just looking at the list.
Well, are you organising the list as I'm doing it?
No, I'm just going through. I'm just
okay,
looking.
It's fine. So The Dark Knight.
That would either be an S or an A. I'm happy for either. I'll probably go for A.
We'll put it in A. Is it as good as? Oh no!
I think it's
Does that
better
mean
than the old Batmans.
so? That would you say Batman has to go into B?
No, because I think it's on the level. I mean, it could drop down to B, that Batman, if we wanted to replace them. I think Batman Begins is better than Dark Knight, to be honest, as well. If it were Batman Begins, then I would.
Do you
say
think
S.
Batman Begins is better than Dark Knight?
Yep.
I do like Batman Begins, though. To be fair,
I think it sets it up perfectly. That film, it sets the tone.
E.T. Sorry,
E.T.'s B for me.
A B?
Yeah.
Do you think it was an A when it was released, but now it's a B? Something like that.
Yeah, it's dropped. I think it's dropped down. I don't think it was ever an S, and I loved it as a kid. It was probably one of my favorite films as a kid, but as an adult, I rewatched it not long since. I don't think it holds up very well. I think the film style of it is not very good. I don't know. That's why it's a B for me.
I was going to say I really like the aesthetic, but it is old.
Yeah, I rewatch it if you haven't rewatched it lately. It's not. It's a bit off. There's something just a bit off about it now. It hasn't aged well.
Forrest Gump.
That could easily be an S for me, but I'm happy with A.
Okay.
Because I don't want to push too many things into S because they have to be really good. I really, really like Forrest Gump. It's a very strong A.
Yeah, okay, I'm happy with A. Do you know Back to the Future 2 is better than the first one, isn't it?
Yeah, Back to the Future 2 is if Back to the Future 2 is the highest S that can possibly be.
It's not on the list.
I know it's not on the list, which is annoying.
So Harry Potter, is that the
That's the Deathly Hallows.
Is that the last one?
Yep, I would go S with that.
S?
I think the last two Harry Potters are the best Harry Potters, specifically the last one. I think it ties the story.
Are you insisting on an S?
I would prefer it was an S. I mean, where did we put the other one?
A.
Yeah, it's got to be an S then, because we'd have to drop the first one down, I think.
Okay, I will leave it in S, but it might be up for a fight with some others. In fact, I think there could be a couple here that's up in S, so we'll just see how S goes. Let's not limit it too much. Home Alone.
I would say that's an S as well. That's one of. I think that's a near perfect film. I think it balances drama, comedy, and I think you can watch it as a child and love it, and watch it as an adult and love it. Plus, it's cemented itself as the number one Christmas film for me. Because
you want it as an S, I'm going to put it in. But the only one of your S's, you've kind of insisted on these three, and the only one I think you should really genuinely keep if it comes down to it is Back to the Future. At the moment, I think Home Alone could slip into an A, but it is good. Harry Potter could probably slip into an A, and Home Alone might stay, but we'll see. The Grinch, I like The Grinch. I'm happy with an A, but it could be a B.
Yeah, it could be. That would be a B for me. I think.
Yeah, I'm good for it. Jurassic Park would be my S.
I would have said A for Jurassic Park.
Why would you say A?
Because I think it has flaws. Namely, sequels overshadow it a little bit. Like they pull it down. I think if they'd not released them two sequels, then it would have been a more perfect film.
A standalone film, Jurassic Park, is an S. Mainly because I really enjoyed it when I was younger, but I could put it on now and still enjoy it, despite the effects not being up to par what they are.
I think it still. I think effects-wise, I think it stands up still. I think it's that set the bar on special effects for years and years, and still today. When people see animatronics, they quote Jurassic Park. You know what I mean?
And because of what you just said, it deserves to be up in S.
Put it in S for now.
We'll leave it in S. It's not like I wouldn't say it's an insist S, but it is very good. Return of the Jedi. I think we could just stick it with Empire and the other ones in B if you're all right with that. I don't think. Rogue One for me, I'm happy to sit it in an A. because it is brilliant. But is it
I would-
as is it has it got the longevity of the others up there? Maybe not. So I think A. I still think I think Harry
A
Potter
or
should
B
go.
for me.
I do like it. It was one of my favorite on that list we did the other day. It was one of my favorite Star Wars. So if I put it down, it has to be above all the other Star Wars. That's the thing, and the others are in B, so it has to go in A. By default, it has to go in A, and it is brilliant. I do love it. It's like my favorite Star Wars film. Shrek 2. I don't really. I have seen it. It's got the cat in it.
B.
I'll do B. It's fine. The third Spider-Man film.
I'm happy with a B on that one. I know people
Okay.
don't like it, but I quite like it.
So many Star Wars films in this.
Yeah.
It's because people wait for them like 3 years, don't they? So we've got episode 3.
The Revenge of the Sith, is it, that one?
It's the Revenge of the Sith, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to put all the Star Wars in the same order, apart from Last Jedi, which I think should go in C at the very most. It should be C.
I'm happy to shove that in. It's one scene that redeems it, and it doesn't redeem it enough to be a C. I'm happy to throw it in D, to be honest with you. Let's jump straight to Terminator 2.
It's going to have to be an A, isn't it?
It is an A, yeah. Avengers, the first Avengers film. I dare do that Avengers film.
I would be happy with a C or a B for that.
Oh, I think it's a good B. It's not a C. It's a B.
Yeah, good for B then.
Lord of the Rings.
That's an S, that.
But which Lord of the Rings is that?
It doesn't matter. It could, as long as it's not The Hobbit, which I think The Hobbit could go in A or B.
Return of the King.
Return of the King, the last one. I'm still going to say S. I think.
I do like as a trilogy. Definitely, I think it could go up as an S. But I think, to be honest with you,
version as well.
I don't know. I'm still not sure about this Harry Potter. Titanic.
That's an easy B for me.
A B. I actually put it in B before you said.
That's an easy B.
Yeah, it's a good film. Toy Story 3.
This is the difficult one. This because
I don't care for this. I don't care for the Toy Stories. I won't lie. They're okay, but I'm not bothered.
It depends how you look at it. I'm trying to work out whether I prefer it over one.
One's the last film. The last film we have to do is 1.
Yeah.
Would you go for the toys? I think the original Toy Story is brilliant. I think that could be the original could be an A, and maybe Toy Story 3 could be a B.
Yeah, go for that.
Would you say that?
Toy Story 4 was a dumpster fire. I think it was awful, that film. I don't think it should be a thing, and I think that's what's putting me off the third one. But then the ending to the third one is perfect. That ends it, and the first one starts it well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, go number 1 A, number 3 B. I think number 2 shit as well.
Okay, so that's it. Done.
So
let's have a look. Let's see. What I'm more concerned about, are there any A's which can swap with any S's?
Tell me the A's starting from top left.
The A is Harry Potter, Independence Day, Raiders, Saving Private Ryan, Black Panther, Dark Knight, Original Batman, Forrest Gump, Rogue One, Terminator 2, Toy Story. And then the S's are I'm happy with Back to the Future. I think Home Alone is fine because it's our go-to Christmas film. One of them, that and Hook. Jurassic Park is, for me, an S. And that's literally the only one I've insisted as being an S as well. I just kind of like loosely agreed with the other one. Like, yeah. I agree with Back to the Future. Home Alone, yes. Jurassic Park, yes. Lord of the Rings as a trilogy. If it was just as a trilogy, then yeah, I think it's an S. And then there's Harry Potter, which I think it's the one I quite like. So I think, yeah, I'd ideally want to bring in my daughter and my wife to talk about Harry Potter, because they could set me straight whether they think it's the best one or not. But yeah, is there any Batman? See, I think Batman could sit up there. I think it's the atmosphere Rogue One good, Terminator 2, yeah. Look at the B's. B's are fine, C's are fine. Yep. Okay, so our top S selection are Back to the Future, the first one, Home Alone, the first one, Jurassic Park, the first one, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, but I mean we love it as a trilogy, and then Harry Potter, is it the Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no writing on these, which makes it difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It is Deathly Hallows Part 2. I've just had a quick double check.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I'll put this up on the Facebook group for anyone to complain about. Mm-hmm. I know a few people that like to comment. Some of them don't like to re-comment after our reply, but that's up to them, I guess. They can run away with their tail between their legs if they want to. That's fine with me. So, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yep. I think that's about it then, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got everything sorted, put it all in order, and tell us that we're wrong, obviously. Thanks for joining us, and as always, it's been great having you here. Please give us your thoughts on this film tier list. Hit us up on our Facebook page or even in the comments on YouTube. Next week, we're going to do a console special, so keep your eye out for that. I don't know which one we're going to do yet. We haven't decided, but it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a good one. So thanks to my co-host and CEO again of the Tier List Maker website.
I need to be sponsored for this, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep...
This is what we're going for. Yeah.
It brings so much fun. One of my daughters, she's like, I did one on the Harry Potter films, or I did one on this. She just comes out with it. Like, it challenges your own brain to sort things in order. I think we do it all the time in life anyway, but yeah, we'll do some more of these. Thanks for joining us. Definitely. Yeah. Come again.
Yep. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Thank you for listening to us today. You can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and various other platforms. Not to forget, of course, YouTube. Myself and Nathan also do weekly Twitch streams. Find us at ShaggyDog79 and LordShade86, respectively. We're always looking for new people to connect with, so give us both a follow if that's your sort of thing.